of 6th grade. I spent about half of it sitting right over there, the web orientation assembly. I was glancing between my 8th grade brother in his teal-colored web shirt and the balls stuck above the air vents in the corner of the gym. Miss Barker was giving that speech she gives to the 6th graders each year. Everyone was whispering to each other things like, "How was your summer?" and "What period do you have PE?" And one of the things that stood out to me that day was how when we all entered the gym, all the 8th grade web leaders made that tunnel to welcome us. Some of them even reached out their arms to high-five me. And that little act of kindness made me feel pretty cool. I mean, 8th graders were taking the time to give me a high five. So my brother walked up to me and he shook my hand. He smiled and sarcastically said, "Well, hello, little boy, what's your name?" Aha, very funny. So my first day turned out pretty good. And that night, I thought about how I wanted to one day be a web leader. Well, now I'm in 8th grade, I was in web, and at orientation day this year, doing the tunnel in this gym, it occurred to me what that first day really meant. Sure, it was the first day of middle school, but it was really the beginning of the next phase of our lives. My name's Owen Grigsby. I'm an 8th grader, and thankfully, I'm leaving Monroe this year. Before I really start my speech, I have a few people to acknowledge for helping me make it through this interesting part of our lives. I'd like to thank my family for supporting me, and all the staff here at Monroe for guiding me through this journey. Mr. Mansell for livening up my sense of humor and love for music. Jill Meschler, my track and cross-country coach, for driving me to push myself not only in running, but in everything I do, as well as Mr. DiLiberto for being the best Spanish teacher I could ask for and an amazing role model. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. After orientation day commenced the first real day of middle school. The 7th and 8th graders joined in and our classes started. Things seemed so strange and new, and the building seemed huge. School got out at 3:15 instead of 2:30. We had so many different teachers. I think most of us started out the year with 15 sharpened pencils, 3 big erasers, 8 different colors of highlighters, and by the middle of May, 1 chewed-up pencil we found on the ground in the courtyard. It goes to show that no matter how much you prepare, in middle school, you have to be ready for whatever life throws at you. Be it a pop quiz or your first breakup. Everyone was adapting to a new system in first year. And yet, it ended so fast, and summer even faster. And before we knew it, we were 7th graders, and man, we were starting to feel like the cool kids. We weren't the little 6th graders anymore, no, we were in 7th grade now, dude. But you know, I felt like all throughout middle school, a day would go by, and it seemed like nothing really happened. But you're absent one day, and all of a sudden there were 3 tests, a pop quiz, and it looks like you'll be going into resources 3 times to make it all up. Our classes definitely got harder in 7th grade, and our teachers held us to higher standards, but it was over before we knew it. And I remember the last day of school that year, saying our goodbyes, signing yearbooks, just like we did yesterday. And someone wrote in my yearbook a message that changed my life. Part of their message read, "You're really amazing for making me feel numb." And when I read that, my heart sank. I realized I hadn't really even gone out of my way to make this person feel numb, and yet they thought I went above and beyond. It showed me again that small acts of kindness can make a huge difference in people's lives. And that's something I think we can all try to do more of. That's something that I hope all of us carry on with us into high school and beyond. I remember feeling disappointed on that last day of school, feeling like I could have done more for this person, and anyone I noticed just seemed to feel like an outcast. So all summer, I felt like I owed it to the school to try to help out other kids. And to be honest, it improved who I am today. So next year, in a bigger school with more kids, that philosophy is more important than ever. I challenge everyone in the room today, including myself, to make an effort to include those kids you normally wouldn't think much of. It doesn't have to be anything big, just a compliment every now and then. Strike up a conversation. See someone with low social power getting bullied or harassed, say something. Martin Luther King once said that in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. So maybe that kid doesn't know you're a good friend yet, but if you stick up for them when they need it the most, they'll never forget it. And that's something I've learned from spending 3 years here. My point is, when we join in with the kids from, that other middle school next year, I want all of us from Monroe to be seen as those who go out of their way to do good. We can set a role model for everyone. because kindness is a virtue that I hope that you take from me today and never lose. Thank you.